Hey guys, Adriana Jimenez, joined here with WBC champ Jose Ramirez. Jose, it's great to see you. You've been asking for all the big fights. You want nothing but the best, and now you get this opportunity to unify titles with Maurice Hooker. First of all, how are you feeling? How excited are you for this?
Yes, I'm feeling very excited. I think, this is the fights that the fans want to see. This is the fights that I believe the fighters want. And I'm very happy that Top Rank gave me this opportunity to come to the zone with DAZN and Matchroom Boxing to be working together for me to compete against another champion like Maurice Hooker. So it's definitely an honor for me, and I'm very excited and very happy for this opportunity.
Like I mentioned, every time that I talk to you, you tell me, I want the champions, I want to unify, I want nothing but the best. What makes you so confident over Maurice Hooker, knowing that you can beat him on fight night?
Well, I'm confident within myself and in regards who I fight. I think every fighter should prepare themselves well to be confident within themselves and believe in their talents. I think boxing is a very emotional sport, and the mental part is very important. So I feel like I have everything I need to be fighting against the best, and I deserve those type of fights as a world champion, to fight against other world champions and unify titles. We owe those fights to the fans. We owe those fights to ourselves, the fighters who want to continue collecting the belts, and I feel like I'm gonna prepare myself very well for this fight and step up to the challenge and surprise myself, to do something that I didn't think I could, I had in me. So this is the type of fights that I think that will bring the best Jose Ramirez, and it's a fight that people should watch because Maurice Hooker is undefeated, and he's a great fighter. He's a long reach. He has a long reach. He has good power on his right hand, but I think I'm gonna do my job to come well prepared, and this is a one step closer to the final goal, and the final goal is to have all 4 belts. So we see Darce Taylor and PROGRAIS on the World Series of Boxing final, which I believe is gonna be happening somewhere in September, late September, or this year. And so my goal is to fight that winner, and Maurice Hooker is a he's another step to getting closer to that goal.
Right. Well, you kind of jumped into. I wanted to ask you about that. I'll touch up on that, but you mentioned the good qualities that Maurice Hooker has. He's a champion. He's undefeated. He has many great attributes. But do you see any holes in his game that you can exploit?
Yeah, I think we all as fighters, we study each other. We all feel like we have something that could give the other opponent trouble. But it just, at the end of the day, it comes down to when he's in front of me, and I'm gonna do my best to prepare myself in the gym with my sparring partners to bring the best out of me during training camp, and I'm always a fighter that comes well prepared with the conditioning part, and I'm always ready to go 12 rounds.
You're used to fighting mostly at home. You have the Fresno crowd usually in your fights. This time you're fighting in your opponent's hometown. Right. Is that another hill that you have to climb besides the actual fight? Is that another obstacle, the hometown fan base against you?
I don't believe so, because when I became a world champion, I went to New York City and fought Amir Iman, who's from New York, upstate New York. We fought in New York City, and I felt very comfortable. I felt very motivated because there was something to win. And there was a world title on the line, and that was my opportunity to become a world champion. So the way I went in there and fought, that's how I believe I'm going to fight on July 27th, and even learn more and push myself even more for July 27th, because now there's 2 titles on the line. So it's another opportunity. So now it's not just defending. Now it's we're actually there's also something to win besides defending your titles. So I feel like I'm grateful for this opportunity to come and fight in Texas and in front of the fans here in Texas. And I know there's a lot of Hispanic boxing fans here in Texas, which I'm happy, and I know I'm not going to be worried too much about the crowd. I know Arlington, when Mikey Garcia fought here against Errol Spence, you saw a lot of Mikey Garcia fans. So I think, it's a blessing for me to be able to showcase my talent in front of, a different crowd. And that's part of boxing. That's part of becoming a superstar in the sport of boxing, is fighting in different territories and different crowds, so they could get to see who you are and how you fight, and they get to see a close look on how you perform outside of TV and stuff like that. When you're there, you get to see someone's eyes, you get to see someone's expressions, and how they commit to really giving the fans a big fight. So I'm very thankful for that opportunity, and I know there's going to be a lot of people from Central California and California overall that's going to fly in for the fight.
In your last fight against Jose Cepeda, we saw an action-packed fight. What kind of fight can we expect on this fight against Maurice Hooker?
I could say it's gonna be one of the great unification fights of the year 2019. I felt like we both gonna come and we're both gonna bring it. I believe we're both very humble champions, and we all fight for our families. He's a family guy. I'm a family guy myself. So I believe when you see two men like that, they're gonna leave everything they have in the ring. So that makes for a great fight.
Describe the perfect night, fight night. What would happen? Like briefly, what do you visualize as a perfect night?
I hope to visualize. Right now I'm just visualizing my opponent in front of me for like a quick, 10, 15 second, flashes. Kind of what I've seen on his last fights. I just kind of put myself in front of him and practice what I know how to do best, and put that together in front of him, and that's how I could visualize. I'm not the type of guy who celebrates too early or who goes past the last bell of the fight. But the best scenario, it will be with my hand raised up high and two belts on my shoulders.
All right, now I want to touch upon your social media enemy, Regis PROGRAIS. And I say social media because we see the back and forth, but we know it's a fight that's building up. We all want to see. So he has a fight with Josh Taylor. Whoever comes out victorious on that fight, is that who you want to fight next? Of course, assuming that everything goes well against Maurice Hooker and you unify titles. Yes,
of course. I think that's the goal, is to go after the winner and put all the four belts on the line. I think that's the goal for the winner between me and Maurice Hooker, and also the goal between the winner of Josh Taylor and PROGRAIS. I think that's the fight we want. Now, if they take too long for them to fight and get out of that tournament, and I feel like I have one more fight in me this year, then I'll definitely defend my titles. God willing, I'm successful probably once. Why we make the fight happen? Just because I'm still in contract with ESPN, so I know ESPN would love to see me fight on ESPN before the year ends.
I'll let you get your thoughts on that fight against Regis PROGRAIS and Josh Taylor. Who do you see the advantage? Like who has the advantage coming in? Who do you see being victorious?
Well, I think Josh Taylor is the more sounded fighter, as well as in the means of being technical. I just feel like PROGRAIS is hungrier. I think he's a hungrier fighter out of both of them, and sometimes that hunger outbeats skills. It's that mentality to go in there and win, and I think that it's more an advantage of PROGRAIS. But you never know. It's boxing,
And of course, I want to get your thoughts on this big fight that just happened this weekend. The boxing world got flipped upside down with Andy Ruiz becoming the first Mexican heavyweight champion of the world. Did you catch that fight? What was your reaction when you saw that happen?
Yeah, I was having dinner, and then all of a sudden I got my phone out and started watching the fight after the second round, and because it was getting very. They were texting me, and I was texting my brother. My younger brother, he loves watching boxing. And our family, my family supports Andy as he fought. He fought on my undercard in Fresno twice, and once in the Tattoo Palace where I got injured. So he stepped up and became the main event. So I know my family conversated a lot with his family. So they were watching the fight back home, and I was watching it during dinner, and it was an unbelievable fight. I'm very happy for Andy. He showed tremendous heart, and he definitely brought a lot of motivation out of all the Hispanic and Mexican fighters out there. You know, because he just showed the type of heart and will that you know, Hispanics and Mexicans have. You know, and I think that's something very delightful, and I'm very thankful for that. I'm very thankful with Andy for bringing that out of even me as a fighter, and motivating me to push myself and continue making the Hispanic community and the Mexican community very proud. And so it was a spectacular and phenomenal win for Andy Ruiz, and life-changing win for him and his family. So God bless them, and congratulations.
Absolutely. All right, Jose, thank you so much for talking to us. Good luck on fight night, and we'll see you in July 27th.
Thank you so much.